Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we're doing a total upgrade on your financial operating system. We're completely ditching that outdated, restrictive budgeting mindset and stepping straight into the systemic wealth creation frameworks used by the top 1%. Let's just dive right in, because we're starting with a pretty hard truth. There is a silent trap out there keeping people making $100,000 a year living completely paycheck to paycheck. And honestly, the absolute worst part, they think they're doing everything exactly right. They earn six figures, they pay their bills on time, but at the end of the month, there's just nothing left over. It's totally an illusion of wealth. So how do we actually dismantle that illusion? Well, here's our playbook for today. We're going to hit the trap of fake wealth, the psychology of impulse shopping, the joy per dollar rule, the weekend financial reset, and finally, the payment stacking cheat code. All right, starting with number 1, the trap of fake wealth. Now, if you're earning good money right now, but you still feel totally suffocated financially, I really want to validate that it is not entirely your fault. Just look at this reality. We all celebrate that $10,000 raise, right? Yet somehow we still end up with a $0 balance at the end of the month. Why does this happen? Well, it's because high earners accidentally increase their spending every single time they get even a little bit of financial breathing room. You get a raise and suddenly you're renting a slightly nicer apartment. It literally all comes down to hedonic adaptation. This is just the psychological phenomenon where your brain rapidly gets used to a new lifestyle upgrade, making it feel totally normal. Like that new luxury car feels absolutely amazing for about a month, and then it just becomes the car you drive to work. This lifestyle normalization is exactly what keeps high earners completely broke. You just keep chasing the next upgrade, but your baseline, it just keeps rising right along with it. So, the absolutely crucial point here is that we need a system specifically designed to defeat this psychological trap. Enter the 50% raise rule. The tactic here is incredibly simple but undeniably powerful. You automatically save or invest exactly half of every single pay increase you get. Think about it. If your paycheck goes up by $500 a month, $250 goes straight into investments before you even see it. You still get to inflate your lifestyle with the other half so you don't feel deprived, but you permanently lock in that financial momentum. Okay, moving right along to part 2, the psychology of impulse shopping. To really understand this trap, you have to realize something big. You don't actually have a spending problem, you have an attention problem. The modern shopping system is mathematically engineered to extract your money using these 3 specific corporate triggers. First up, scarcity or loss aversion, those only 2 left in stock warnings. Second is convenience, that totally frictionless one-click checkout. And third, dopamine. These apps are literally designed to give you a chemical rush just from the mere anticipation of buying something. Corporations are spending billions of dollars weaponizing the oldest parts of your brain against your own wallet. So the obvious question is, how do you actually break their system? Well, you have to pivot away from relying on sheer willpower, because let's face it, that totally depletes over the course of the day. Instead, you need a tactical solution. You have to intentionally add friction back into your financial life. Here are 3 highly effective steps to add that friction. Step 1, remove your saved credit cards from your browser. Force yourself to physically get up and go find your wallet. Step 2, enforce the 24-hour rule. If you see something online, you must wait a full 24 hours before buying it. And step 3, create a physical want list. Just write down what you desire. Honestly, you're going to be shocked at how often that burning, urgent craving for, say, a high-end avocado slicer completely vanishes by the next morning. You are actively protecting your attention and, by extension, your cash flow. Which brings us to number 3, the joy per dollar rule. Most people think saving money means sitting in the dark eating plain rice, but financial crash diets just always fail. Instead, we're going to break your cash flow down into 3 distinct layers. First, fixed necessities, like your rent. You just maintain these. Second, variable necessities, like groceries and gas. You optimize these. But the real magic happens in that 3rd layer, discretionary spending. Instead of blindly cutting all your hobbies and entertainment, you execute a highly specific strategy. You rate them by joy. The execution of this is actually super simple. You ruthlessly cut the low-joy, high-cost items. I'm talking about those forgotten streaming subscriptions you literally never watch, or those totally overpriced convenience store snacks that bring you 0 actual happiness. But on the flip side, you actively protect your high-joy items, your true passions, your guilt-free morning coffee, your gym membership. You won't feel restricted because you're only cutting the stuff that silently drains your money without actually improving your life. All right, on to section 4, the 48-hour financial reset. If your money feels completely chaotic right now, it isn't because you're bad at math. It's simply because you don't have a solid system. Give me 48 hours this weekend to fix this. Saturday morning, find your leaks, cancel one subscription, and list one item that's just collecting dust for sale. Saturday afternoon, separate your funds. Move your emergency cash into a totally different bank. Sunday morning, automate a tiny transfer, literally even just $10 a week, just to build the habit completely effortlessly. Now, the absolute most crucial step of that entire weekend is separating your emergency fund so it doesn't accidentally act as a snack fund. If your savings are sitting right next to your checking account, you are inevitably going to dip into it for a weekend trip or some random impulse buy. By moving it to a completely different institution, you create structural distance. Because remember, systems beat willpower every single time. And finally, section 5, the payment stacking cheat code. Look, debt creates a feeling of absolute hopelessness. Trying to spread your extra payments evenly across multiple debts, it's basically like trying to put out 3 fires at once using a single garden hose. And why does it feel so impossible? Because of that silent 20% interest rate. The system is quietly working against you, literally eating half of your minimum monthly payment before it even touches the principal balance. No way you can win like that. To actually beat this, you need the foundational math of the debt avalanche. This is a mathematical strategy of aggressively attacking the debt with the highest interest rate first, while paying only the bare minimums on absolutely everything else. You take all the extra cash you can scrounge up from your Joy per Dollar cuts, and you aim that fire hose directly at your single most toxic debt. Now, watch what happens when we apply the actual payment stacking cheat code. Once your highest interest debt is finally paid off, most people, they take that freed up monthly payment and just start spending it, not you. You take that finished minimum payment and roll it directly onto the next highest debt. You effectively turn a tiny $150 trickle into a massive $700 snowball that just rapidly crushes your remaining balances. It's a real game changer. This right here is the ultimate takeaway. By utilizing the avalanche and then systematically stacking those payments, you can literally escape years of debt without needing to earn a single extra dollar in income. You are just mathematically reallocating the money you already have so it starts working for you instead of for the banks. So, we've covered a lot: the fake wealth trap, impulse psychology, joy-based spending, the 48-hour reset, and debt stocking. But I really want to leave you with this one thought. If your willpower fails tomorrow, will your financial system actually catch you? It's time to stop relying on motivation. Build these frameworks, protect your wealth, and step out of that paycheck-to-paycheck illusion for good. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer, and I'll catch you in the next one.